Hey everyone, today I am working on my Altered Index 2025 challenge put on by Nonstop Paper Crafts, and I am on week 19, and the prompt for week 19 is whimsical. So I've been going through my stash trying to find what do I have that's whimsical, and the best I found was this Once Upon a Time scrapbook paper package that I've had for years. And what I liked is this very last sheet, I'm going to use this corner. So let me just pull this sheet out. Then I can get rid of this giant stack from my desk. So I want to, basically it's going to fit on there. To fit the wing I have to go up a bit, and I'm probably going to trim it slightly shorter because I want to do the edges of the watercolor cardstock that I have with speckled egg. I kind of thought that might look alright. Okay, when I looked at my swatch it looks a little darker than that. You know what, before I cut this, let me put my card base aside and let me go ahead and ink up those edges. And I think I will just go direct to the cardstock here. Let me just pull that in and see. I think that'll look good. So, I want to get the ink on here now so that I can let it dry while I'm working on the rest of the stuff. I'm not sure if that's quite enough. That should work. We'll see how that dries. I like that. And then my plan is to go around the edges with copper embossing powder after. And now I'm going to go off screen because I have my large paper trimmer on the desk at the side. So I'm going to go off screen and cut this and be right back. Okay, I've got this cut, but I left it too large because I want to trim it, and I kind of generally eyeball that. That's still wet, but you can see that it's too big right now. So I think first what I'll do is trim this right above her wings. I'm just going to get another one of those panels that doesn't have ink on it, just so I can check for my measurements here. I want, still want to get some of that. Probably going to end up trimming this a few times before I get it quite right. This way. Let's cut a chunk off of this side. And I'll need to cut more off of that side as well. Let's try about there. Okay, I basically trimmed it to 4 by 5 1/4. I probably could have done that easier. Let's just see. Now it needs tiny bit off the bottom. Let's make this straight, actually. Yeah, I think it's gonna need a tiny bit off the bottom as long as these card panels are the same. Yeah. So I just want like just a smidgen off the bottom there. Yeah, much better. Now I wondered about distressing the edges. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off camera again, and I'm just gonna use my heat tool to dry the ink so I can actually use this one. Okay, that is not drying as nicely as I would like it to. It's still leaving some ink on my fingers. And I want to do this in a hurry, so what I'm actually going to do is use some clear embossing powder to stick to any places that are still wet, and that will set it in place. Oh yeah, you can see embossing powder all over there. It is definitely still wet. Okay. All right, that did the trick. So, where did my paper go? Now I can see what it looks like with the color there. I think I am going to distress the edges. I don't have a distressing tool, so I just use scissors. And it doesn't need a lot. Little tears there. Let's just finish those off. Oh, that one went a little more than I was hoping for. Now let's do a little bit more up here. Okay, let's see what this looks like now. Okay, I do like that distressed look. But I do want to go around the edges with another ink. I've got ground espresso. And I have a really beat up looking finger dauber that has, I use this one when I'm inking up the distressed edges. So it's got kind of little bits falling off. should be good enough. Okay, let's see how that looks now. Yeah, I like that. I don't even know if it needs the copper. I was thinking of embossing copper around the edges. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Where is my stamp set? I grabbed this stamp set out of my stash that had this sentiment that says "You are magical," and I thought I will put that probably just right there. Just trying to decide if I want it on a separate cardstock popped up, or do I want to just put it right there? I'm going to get my Misty because I think I'll just put it right on the card. Thinking just there. See if that's straight enough for me. Now my question is, do I want it in black or do I want to emboss that with the copper? I'm gonna stamp it in black first and then we'll see. Okay, it's stamped beautifully. Oh, I don't know. Should I do it in copper? Should I do it in black? The black definitely stands out. I think I might just leave it in black. So, where's my scrap paper again? And I will set that with clear embossing powder. Yeah, I think I like how that stands out. So then basically this is going to stick on here. Okay, I've got my art glitter glue. And let's stick this on. Try to get some of the glue as close to the edges as possible. Okay. Now my challenge is getting this straight. Oh, I think it worked this time. Okay. And let's put it right down onto the card base. Okay, I like that. Just going to see if I have some, maybe some sequins or some gems that might work with that. Okay, I have some sequins. Let's see if those colors work. See what this color looks like. I just have to hold this up closer to see. Don't really like those ones. They're a little too orangey. I'm not 100% sure about those. I also have these little tiny bead type stickers. I think I really like those. Oops. Let me see what color of diamond art gems I have. Just put a couple of these on. Ah, they're flying away on my desk. Okay, turn over the right way. Those don't really stand out. This is like, I think, dark brown. Maybe matches the mushroom caps a bit. Okay, I could sit here forever and play with the placement and get it all wrong. Well, maybe not wrong, but I second guess myself so much when I'm doing this. All right. Let's just stick these down. Or I will, like I said, forever second guess myself. Okay, here is my finished card for week 19 of the Altered Index 2025 challenge put on by Nonstop Paper Crafts. And the prompt for week 19 was whimsical. So there we are. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.